Hi, I'm Lee. I'm one doula.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm another doula.
This week we decided to try a new I don't know what you call it, a new feature.
We asked you to ask us some questions, and you delivered.
First question, it's about an itchy baby bump.
Before we answer, I will say that we are not care providers, and so nothing that we say in this should be taken as medical advice or advice to use instead of seeing your care provider.
Yes. But that being said, let's say you've checked with your care provider and your care provider's like, it's normal.
That doesn't mean it's comfortable. That doesn't mean we need to suffer. No. There's stuff. It's winter, right? And your skin is stretching over your belly. So oil or cream can be really soothing products that we like, that we've used, which nobody is paying us to say this.
There's bio oil, or if you're like me and you're budget conscious, the pharmacy brand version of bio oil. It's quite oily, so let it
will stain your
absorb
clothes
for a
if you're
little while.
overly ambitious about getting dressed.
Before you get dressed. So maybe an end of day ritual as opposed to a beginning of day. Good old fashioned coconut oil.
Yeah.
Or shea butter, cocoa butter.
A Lubriderm type of body lotion, but they make them in various degrees of richness or sensitivity. So if you're a sensey like me, you want to have fragrance free and really nice and unctuous. If you find that it's really itchy and you're scratching a lot at night, another important thing to do is keep your nails nice and short and clean.
No infections, please. So the next question we got is about preparing an older sibling for a new baby.
Yes.
So we've both been there. Yeah, so we'll give kind of two answers, I think. One for, let's say the older sibling is going to be under 4. Okay, one of the things that we did in our family that was really helpful is we went to Amazon. I just looked, what are some books about welcoming a baby? And for myself, I knew that I would be breastfeeding, or at least attempting to breastfeed. So I wanted to find one with a depiction of a breastfeeding experience. The one I found was called We Have a Baby. It's really great. It's especially for young children because it's mostly images, very little text. What I like about it is the older sibling and the younger sibling are drawn extremely ambiguously, so
you can just fit it into whatever setup your family looks like.
And what I really like about it is it really emphasizes that the whole family is going through it, and the whole family is excited, and the whole family is involved in loving, caring for, and spending time with the new baby.
There's another book that I really liked in my family. I bought it more recently because it didn't exist when we added our second baby, but it's called What Makes a Baby. And what I love about it is that it's about the ingredients, and it uses gender inclusive language, and it leaves it really open for families to discuss how that second baby came to be, whether it's through surrogacy or adoption or birth, pregnancy by the parents themselves. And so it talks about what gets started, how the baby comes out, how babies eat, but it leaves it open for a conversation to make it really personalized. And it's inclusive, which is really important to both of us.
Yeah, with really nice illustrations.
Yeah. And taking the focus away from the job of being a big sibling and maybe more towards like the thing that woman said to you in the doctor's office.
Oh yeah,
the
I called her
lady.
the smartest woman in a waiting room of all time. So I was really out to hear pregnant, and I had my nearly 2-year-old with me. And another, I assume, parent in the pediatrician's waiting room said to my daughter, "You're so lucky." And she was like, "Oh, why?" And I was expecting her to be like, "You're going to be a big sister, you can help." And she actually she was like, "You can do so many things that babies can't do." She was like, "Babies are boring. They can't eat cookies. They can't have ice cream, only milk, but you can." And my child just grinned from ear to ear. And so we really tried to emphasize the fun part of being the older one.
Letting them bond while the baby's still inside is really nice. You kind of make that relationship. It's a bit one-sided. Then the newborn comes out and you're like, "Look, it wants wants to play with you.
Yeah.
You animate the baby. It's
Because
good.
this is the thing too that we talk a lot about. You're gonna have a playmate, but let's face it,
They don't do anything.
Kind of not the best playmate. So I
Newborns are
think
little-
my daughter may have been a bit disappointed, thinking like, "Oh, we're gonna play," and then it was like
Takes some time.
just a baby. The very last question we had,
Will I poo? Maybe yes.
I mean, probably.
If you know how to poo, you know how to push.
Like so many things your doula tells you during birth are probably very annoying at the time, but they're nonetheless true, which is, you know, if we see a good cry, a good puke, or a good poop, we know that things are progressing just as they should be.
It's super uncomfortable to think about the idea that you might poop yourself in front of other grown-ups, because in most contexts, that's really embarrassing. But in the context of birth, all of the people that are supporting you giving birth, doctors, midwives, nurses, doulas, partners, and this is important because partners are cool with it, okay? They're getting a baby out of this. And everybody sees it as a really positive sign that your body is doing its job.
Will you poop? Most likely. Will you notice? Possibly not. I'll say this for nurses and midwives, they're like poop ninjas.
Yeah, they just
So
make it go away.
It's
nice.
like, it's quick and fast. And for, I think like 2 years, I really had this illusion and the story I told myself that I was like, oh, I didn't poo after my first. And then my husband was like, you've fully pooped. Like I let you have that for like a year, but you pooped. One of the great advantages of doulas is we bring with us a little bit of essential oil or aromatherapy, and that can just clear the room of any
evidence.
So if you have any more questions, please feel free to write us anytime, either through Facebook on Messenger, or you can send us an email at info@twodoulas.ca.